Hi everyone, and welcome to the first battle of the Season 3 Pokemon Battle Republic, our PBR group. This is going to be one of my most strenuous battles in the entire season, guaranteed. I'm playing against my friend Josiah, his team, the Stockpile Syndrome. His entire team is legendaries. He has a Dragonite and a Nidoking, and Dragonite's a pseudo-legendary. The rest of the Pokemon in his entire team are legendaries. The entire group. So this is going to be such a tough battle. And he has such high-statted Pokemon. I have some of the lower-statted Pokemon in the group because I'm so used to wanting to battle with little guys that nobody would think can win. So, like, you got your Smeargle, but Smeargle's really good and competitive. And usually I would be willing to throw him in at any time. And he leaves me scared knowing that if anything goes wrong with Smeargle, he's dead just like that. So I've got one Pokemon that I have to rely on, but at the same time, if he gets hit once, he's out. So, give me a second here, and still waiting to see Josiah pop up. Haven't seen him on here yet, but I'll go ahead and flip the camera around so we can watch that, and I'll keep talking to you guys in the meantime here. So I'm going to go ahead and flip this. And there's the camera in place. Alright. So, yeah, I haven't seen him on here yet. Maybe he was trying to ask me for the request. But he also hadn't been talking to me in the last couple of minutes. So, not sure if he's ready to go or not. And we'll just periodically have to check in here. No, I don't want to play with that person. And still don't see him yet. Okay, so I'm going to set that down. So his team, here's what we got going on. His main Pokemon is a Genesect. That is a hard Pokemon to deal with just because Genesect is so versatile. It has access to a lot of different types of attacks. Our main thing that we're worried about with Genesect is, does it know Ice Beam? That could really hinder us later. We're bringing in Hydreigon. And Hydreigon's going to have the Heat Wave that should be 4 times super effective against that Genesect and be our #1 way to knock it out. If he knows Ice Beam, that could come back as a hard thing to deal with because he could easily one-hit our Hydreigon. So it could go either way there. One of our key plans here is possibly use Transform off Smeargle. If we are using Transform off our Smeargle, we can transform into any of our Pokemon or any of his Pokemon. This also acts as a nice way to figure out all of the attacks on any one of his Pokemon. If I transform into Genesect, I'm not only copying all his stats, becoming a good walled-off Pokemon, but I also get to know every single attack that his Genesect is using. And that's going to be a big strategy as well. Okay, so here he is. He's on there now, and just let me know that's what that ding was. And we're going to go ahead and ask him to play, and we're going to get this going. Now, I don't imagine that he's going to be bringing Nidoking. I don't imagine that he's going to be bringing his Silvally. He has that. It's just a Steel type, though. So I don't think he's going to be bringing those two. There's a decent chance that he could bring the Regigigas that's in his team, but I don't know if he's too scared to try it yet. He's never really used any of his Pokemon other than a Dragonite, and I don't know if he wants to try to risk using Regigigas against me. He might try to use it against some of the lesser experienced players, but against me, I'm not so sure. If he does bring Regigigas, I'm not sure how many different ways that I can deal with that. Honestly, I wasn't prepared for it, and I didn't want to even think about it because I had just other things that I needed to deal with. One of those big things is the Mega Latios. Mega Latios has a super high stat. It has a lot of a special attack, and it's actually got a pretty decent special defense, along with a really high speed. That thing is going to be hard to deal with, and I'm not really sure what I'm going to do yet with that. I'm just planning on trying to bomb it with a Dark-type move or a Dragon-type move. So, there's a lot of different things that I gotta hope for with this Hydreigon. And I've never used Hydreigon, so I don't really know how it's going to work out. Let's look at the rest of my team here. So we have Deoxys in his defense form. I needed something to wall off some damage. I have Magearna. That's going to be another really nice wall. It has the assault vest on it. and probably is going to act as one of our main Pokemon. The Volcanion has a decent all-around stats and has access to a lot of really powerful moves. It's going to be really nice if he tries to use Ice-type moves. I can switch in, 4-time resist that. And then you have Landorus, who is one of the only Pokemon on my team that I know how to use really well. And Landorus is notoriously one of the strongest double battle Pokemon. So that's a good Pokemon to have. Okay, so what do we got here? Oh, alright, never mind. The 3 Pokemon I listed off, he brought all 3 of those. Okay, so he brought Silvally, he brought Nidoking, and he brought Regigigas. That's a lot of surprises right there, and that actually makes me feel a little bit better, to be completely honest. And I don't have to feel as threatened, but I still have to deal with that Regigigas, and we're gonna play on Landorus on the... This is where it gets tough, guys. I don't know if I want to play Landorus yet or not. And I could always go with Universe, our Smeargle, and try to just get that transform off. I can go for Salandora. Yeah, we're going to try that. We're going to just try to hope and pray that he doesn't set up one of the nasty Pokemon we don't want to deal with on turn 1. And Smeargle can either go Transform or Spore, try to eliminate one of the threats. Hydreigon can go in and try to nail one of these guys for a lot of damage. His Silvally is a Steel type. That's going to be good because now I have a couple of Pokemon on his team that are going to be weak to this Fire type move. So there's a lot of things to think about. And Hydreigon is going to be one of the keys to victory. And I want to throw him out first just to see if I can put the pressure on him. So here we go. Let's see what we can do, guys. This is a big battle. There's a lot of pressure on me. All right, so he's going Genesect, and he's going with his Regigigas named Thanos. That thing isn't going to be very hard to deal with as long as we can beat 5 turns. Now, that means he's going to be using a lot of Protects. And so here's what we're going to do. We're going to use this Heat Wave. We're going to try to knock it as best we can. And I could actually fake out it right here. Or I could use Spore. If I did either of those, then it will stop it. And maybe I can get this Heat Wave off and kill it. He might switch out, though. So we're going to risk it. We're going to risk it. We're going to go for that fake out. We're going to try to stall him in battle here and see if we can get him to stay. And he does stay. He does stay. If we can knock this Genesect out on turn 1, this is big. This is going to be big. Let's hope and pray this gets him. And that is it. Genesect is out on 1 hit on that first turn. That is what we needed to see right there. Okay, so Thanos going for the double team. He's going to be trying to make sure that this thing can stay in battle. And we don't want to see that. But we're going to get rid of Smeargle right now. Because he is Choice Scarfed. And he's going to be stuck in Fake Out. So we need to get him out of battle. And we need to start getting rid of this Regigigas immediately. Because if it is allowed to stay in battle, it is going to be dealing a lot of damage. Now, that being said, if he gets all of his stats all the way up, if he goes for that kind of play and he gets them all the way stat raised, I'm going to be able to use Transform and copy all of his stats. So that is going to be one of our big key victories right there. And we're going to start setting up Deoxys. We need to get Toxic on Thanos immediately. We need to make sure that he isn't going to be able to do anything and put the pressure on him. He's going to be using the double team the entire time, more than likely. Okay, so here goes Draco Meteor. It is not going to do maximum damage just because of the multi-scale, but that still was a lot of damage. Oh my goodness, we almost took him. We almost took him out with that. Wow. Wow. And he goes for Roost. So he's going to stay in this battle a little bit longer now. But my goodness, we almost got him with that. Okay, and he's still going for that double team. So if he can keep doing that and I can transform into him later, I'll have a high evasion Pokemon as well. And next up on our list of to-dos here, we are going to switch out into Magearna. if he goes for an ice type move or if he goes for a dragon type move, Magearna will block that. So we're going to try to do Toxic on Thanos here. That is going to be a big step. If we can get him poisoned, he's not going to be near as much of a threat. Oh man, oh man. All right, so I'm assuming Thanos is just going to keep either going double team or protect. And Toxic does have a really high chance of missing now because he's double teamed twice. That's some scary stuff to deal with. If he gets 5 turns with that Thanos, he's going to be dealing massive damage. Thanos, Regigigas, his Thanos, I believe, is the highest statted attacker in the entire game. So, problems. That is a lot of problems. And yeah, I'm not so worried about his Dragonite if I can manage to get the proper switches and resist the damage. And he goes for another Roost, so now he's going to be at full health. And I'm going to have to deal with the multi-scale again, but that's fine. And I got the Toxic through 2 double teams. That is awesome stuff right there. That makes him much less threatening, knowing that I can actually get those attacks in there. And he gets that knockoff on me, drops my leftovers. But that is okay. I like what I've seen so far. And now we're going to start putting the pressure onto the Dragonite. And we're going to start hitting him hard. We are going to start hitting him real hard. If I can get a Toxic on him, he'll never be able to get his full health again. So we're going to try to go for that too. As much as I would like to just start going for the resist. But, alright, so he's going for this Earthquake. That is going to do a lot of damage to Magearna. Whoa, wow. Alright, so we know he has that at least. But, man, that was a lot of damage. Wow, that was a lot of damage. Alright, we don't want to deal with that anymore. We definitely don't want to deal with that anymore. Wow. Alright, so this isn't going to do as much damage as I'd like it to do. Just shy of finishing him off. Just shy of finishing him off. Alright, so... And Magearna still holds on. Still holds on. That's awesome right there. Wow. Wow. That is cool. Alright, so... Yeah, Magearna's toast. There's no way that Magearna can survive. So I'm just going to have to let her go. And if nothing else, I'll just try to go for, I guess, the Flare Cannon again. And if Dragonite goes for the Earthquake, then I'm going to switch into Landorus. And that way Deoxys is still good for later. And I'll be able to drop both of their attack stats with this. So I think this is a safe play. I feel like if he does go for the Earthquake again, then at least one of my Pokemon's unharmed. And he does go for the Earthquake again. Landorus is going to get to avoid that. Thanos and Magearna both are taking the hit. So he actually risked his own Thanos. And he got a critical hit on himself. That is a big problem for him. And he goes for the double team. So the poison is now going to end up killing off his Thanos. And just barely, Dragonite hangs in there. Just barely. That is cool stuff right there. We are way up on them right now. Way up. Okay, so if I bring in Universe again, I can stall out or transform into whatever he's got coming in. So this is another really safe play. And he can't Roost if I fake him out. And that'll keep him at bay. Whatever his other Pokemon coming in is, I'm going to have to make sure that if it goes the wrong direction, I might have to go into that. So there's the Silvally. And I think it's Steel type. Now, he has what looks like a different set on him. So I'm not so sure about that anymore. I thought we were going to make sure that he was staying Steel type. But that to me looks like a Water or an Ice type. So, yeah, I'm not so sure about that. Yeah, I'm not so sure about that at all, actually. So I'm going to go for the fake out into Dragonite. And I'm going to switch into Volcanion in case this is a water or an ice type. And if it is the steel type still, then I can do fire damage and I'll be able to take care of that. And I'm going for that fake out again, and this should take care of Dragonite. And there goes the Dragonite. So now we just have to see what his... yeah, he's going for ice. So he is going ice. And I predicted that nicely, and I got out of there. And now we're going to be able to deal with anything that he throws at us with the Silvally, because I have the fire moves on Volcanion. And he's going to be able to wall off a lot of damages. So this is cool stuff right here, too. And I still have not taken any damage from any attacks with Universe, but I can't let him take damage yet. And I got to deal with the ice type right now, because if he can get off an ice type move, then I'm in big trouble. I will be in huge amounts of trouble if I can't get through that. So we're going to switch into Deoxys right now, even though he is a big part of our overall game. And see. Alright, so he's apparently not ice type. He must be a water type. Yeah, he must be a water type. And earth power. So no effect. No effect. So he's flying. He's a flying type. Earthquake does no effect. So he is a flying type that knows Ice Beam. Interesting stuff. I'm going for that Steam Eruption. And we're going to try to KO Nidoking. And we're just going to deal with the Silvally as needed. And I'm going to put the pressure on him again. And he goes for a Rock Slide. Deoxys is going to dodge that. And now we know he has Rock Slide, and we know he has Ice Beam. We know he's flying type. So now we know a lot of different information here. He's going for that Stealth Rock, thinking I probably am using the Focus Sash, but I'm not going Focus Sash. He avoided it. Damn. All right, that wasn't good. All right, and we're going to recover with Deoxys. We need to get that HP back. And we're going to go for another Steam Eruption on Nidoking and try to get this KO. We got to get this KO. This is an important KO. So, oh man. Oh man. I need to get this recover off really bad though. Okay. So let's see what he's going to have coming at us here. Pardon me for a minute, I need to get a drink. Alright, he's going for the Parting Shot. So he's dropping my stats, and he gets to switch out. Parting Shot's a very unique move. I really like that. I've often actually thought about adding that onto a oh, I can't even talk right now. I've thought about adding that onto a Smeargle at one point. That would be really cool stuff. Alright, so Deoxys is back in a good spot here, and Steam Eruption should do a lot of damage on Nidoking. He's probably... Alright, no, he didn't actually survive that. I thought maybe he would be able to survive that, but he didn't. Alright, so now there's just the 2 Pokemon left, I believe. Yep, just got to deal with this Silvally and his Mega, which is by far one of the most threatening Pokemon on his team. And we're going to go for another recover. We need to get ourselves back into shape here. And we're going to protect. We're going to see what they're going to do with Volcanion here. I'm going to just try to scout out a move, basically. And see what he's got. And he's got that Rock Slide again. That might be where he goes. He goes a Dragon Pulse. And he misses, and he goes that Rock Slide. He's going to miss again, but does he flinch me? That's going to be an important thing, too. If he flinches me, that's going to be... Yep, he flinched me. Okay, that really sucks. We're going Knockoff. We're going to do as much damage on Deoxys as we can right here, because we know that he's now targeting Volcanion. And I'm just going to go for a Heat Wave, because it has a chance of burning them. So, ooh, alright, camera going fizzly there on that one. Did not like that. Can I stay? Can I stay? Yes, I stay, and I get my berry off. So I'm going to be still in this game, and I might get to get one of my heat waves off if I don't get flinched here. Deoxys, is he good to get the knockoff? Yes, he got the knockoff off. So that's just a little bit of damage. And they avoid the heat wave, but can I get the burn? No. No burn. All right. Go and recover again. Try to get ourselves back up. And we're just going to protect again. We're going to waste his turns. All right. I want to see if he changes things up or if he's going to predict that I go for that. And he did. He predicted that I was going to go that direction, and that's fine. All right, so I'm out. And he goes for that rock slide, and that's not going to do anything. All right. So we're going to need Volcanion to get dropped. Am I faster than... There's no way that I'm faster than a Latios. There's no way. There's no way I'd be faster if I was trying to use... Okay. Spore or Transform? Spore or Transform? I'm going Spore. I'm going for the Spore. And... Landorus is the least important Pokemon right now. So we're just going to get him in there. Drop the attack power of those rock slides. If he goes for the Ice Beam, which he's not going to go for the Ice Beam this turn, so I'm okay this turn. And I get the Spore off because I am Choice Scarfed. I am faster than the Latios. That is big information. Oh, wow. Okay. Latios is sleeping, so now I can start really getting some damage in there. But I'm getting Universe out of there again. Because we know that Universe is going to be able to do that again later on. That's a big key to victory right there. And we're making the switch. So we're bringing that back in. And I can't unfortunately use Z Earth, but I can U-turn, and that's going to be important. I can U-turn out and try to get one of my other Pokemon that can one-hit KO this Latios in, and we don't want to show him Transform this time. Okay, so he is still sleeping, and I'm going to do my U-turn. No, he gets his Ice Beam first. Is it going to kill me, though? Ah, all right, he got me with that one. He got me with that one. Shoot. Shoot. All right. Big play. Big play. I gotta kill Latios right here. I gotta be able to kill Latios. And then we can try to deal with Silvally. Heat Wave. And... one Draco Meteor. That's all I need. One Draco Meteor. He is still sleeping. I got the sleep. I got the sleep, and I got the Draco Meteor. Oh, yes. Oh, okay. That is going to kill that. And now it's just Silvally. Oh. Oh, man. This is a intense round right here. So he's going to get this Ice Beam, and that is going to KO. Yep, that is a KO. Wow. All right, Heat Wave, give me a burn, please. And no burn, but that is half damage. And we can bring Universe back in. I can go for the Fake Out and the Heat Wave, and that'll KO him. That'll be the end of the game right there. But we're going to go for the Spore. And we're going to put him to sleep. We should be faster. We are faster. That is a Spore. He is sleeping. I have multiple chances now at getting rid of this. And if we connect with this one, we take game 1. And there it is. There is the Heat Wave. And that is game 1. Oh my goodness.
Good job.
Woo. Oh my goodness. Oh. All right. So my strategy, it worked out pretty well, but I don't think he's going to let Gensec go so easily this next time. That could have been a whole lot different if Gensec had gotten a hold of any of my moves. Getting Toxic off on his Regigigas was another big thing. We needed to deal with that fairly quickly. And so if he brings that in again, we might be able to use Deoxys and get that poison on him on turn 1. Alright, get some good music going in. Jetsis. And, alright, yeah. I think I'm going to go with... I don't know. He would predict. I think he would predict that I would use... I think he would predict that I would use the Hydreigon again. So maybe I go with the Landorus. And even though Landorus is slower, Landorus would be able to make sure that I can get at least some drop on his damage. I really don't know what I'm going to do here, guys. I really don't know. Let's see. Universe was really good the whole game, but I feel like he is going to try to start targeting that. Maybe this is where I unveil that I have Transform. That's a solid plan, because then he would think that he can KO me, but he would find out pretty quick that he can't. Alright, we're going to try Volcanion and Deoxys. I think he is going to bring in... I think he's going to bring that Regigigas in on turn 1. And if he does, then at least I can try to get the poison off on him right away. And if he brings any of his Pokemon that have the ice type attacks, at least I'm ready to go for that. Let's see how he adapts to all of my stuff. There's a lot of different things that he could do. It's all gonna come down to, like, can he adapt well to what I've done to him in that first game? I'm hoping that at least me playing these guys starting off is not too risky. I am worried about it, though. Alright, so he goes with the same start. He goes with the same exact start that he went with last game. And that's fine, too, because I at least was able to get ready for the fire-type attack that I would need. He's probably going to switch out, but I can at least get a good Heat Wave off. And then I'm going to have to deal with the fact that he's going to be using Double Team the entire time. So if I can get Toxic off on him on turn 1, that should put me ahead. I don't know what his Gensect has. We still never figured out anything that his Gensect has. But a Heat Wave would KO Gensect, so maybe he switches his Gensect out right now. So yeah, he goes for the withdrawal on Gensect. He brings in Nidoking, which is going to be super effective damage the entire time against my Volcanion. So I got that Toxic off, so now if he tries to do the same double team stuff that he did last time, at least the Toxic's already on him. And this Heat Wave has the chance of burning Nidoking. And still that's half of his HP still. Wow, that's still a lot of damage. And the safe play here is to switch into Landorus, because he could go for that Earthquake. And if he goes for the Earthquake, then at least I'm dropping their attack stat. Landorus is going to avoid. And now I'm going to use Cosmic Power and start raising my defenses, because I've already got the Thanos poisoned. And if he just keeps using Double Team, that's fine with me. And Landorus comes in. This is going to drop both their attack stats. So I'm predicting an Earthquake and a double team. I could be wrong if he has something that he can deal with Deoxys. So he's going for that Stealth Rocks again. That's probably good if he thinks that I have Focus Sashes, but I didn't even bring a Focus Sash. So we're just going to focus on getting our defenses raised up. And he goes for that knockoff. So there goes my leftovers, but that's not even a big thing for me. I don't need to worry about that. And all right. If I go Rock Slide, maybe I can get a flinch off on these guys. Or I can just go for that Z Earth. Maybe even an Earthquake and just sacrifice a little bit of HP off of Deoxys. And go for the Recover in the same turn. That sounds like a pretty good plan. I don't think he's going to be able to do enough damage to Deoxys. Goes for the Ice Punch, but I did Intimidate, so that's good stuff right there. And Thanos avoids the Earthquake. So Nidoking is going to be the only one getting KO'd in this turn. And he might go for that double team again. We're going to find out, but I'm going for that Recover. If he goes for the knockoff, it isn't going to do hardly any damage. Yeah, no damage really. And I'm carrying the Z power, so he can't knock off that item. So I feel like that was a wasted play. But that was good. He probably thought his Ice Punch would do a lot more damage. And currently I am the fastest one on the field with Landorus, but if he brings in Dragonite, he'll be now faster. If he goes for Silvally, I'm going to have to deal with the Ice Beam. And I don't think anything that I have is going to really deal with that. Alright, we're just going to have to wait and see and play it by ear here. He still has that Genesect in the back. So yeah, he goes for that Silvally like I figured he was going to do, and that's a flying type. Alright, I am not... Maybe I am faster, actually. If we waste Landorus, we waste Landorus. That's where we're going to go with this. And I want to get another Cosmic Power stacked on. So he is faster. Okay, so that is going to KO Landorus. Not a big deal. I wasn't going to need Landorus much longer. It was already at the point where I couldn't really switch him out. And get this Cosmic Power off. Let's see if his Thanos has any type of attacking move that he's going to be trying to do. No, he goes for another double team. And Poison KO? No, Poison does not KO yet. Do I have anybody that has a move that can't miss? I don't believe I do. But I can always just protect with Volcanion on this turn. Thanos won't be able to do any damage to Volcanion anyway. I can go for another Cosmic Power and try to get as much defense raises as possible. So that is our play. We're gonna let his Thanos die, and Cosmic Power again. We want to maximize as much defenses on Deoxys as possible. And Silvally doesn't have anything that I'm worried about, especially if I go for this Protect. There's nothing that I'm worried about because Deoxys is just there to put poisons out and withstand as much damage as possible. So let's see what he's going to do in response to Volcanion here. So he's going to stick with those two, and I'm going to get the Protect off. And he's going for a Rock Slide. That's not going to do anything there. If he gets a flinch, then I'm not going to be able to get my Cosmic Power, and that would kind of make me mad. But no, I get the Cosmic Power, so I believe I'm at +3 defenses now. And that's going to make me a much tougher Pokemon to take out. He goes for the knockoff, and he gets fooled by the Protect. So there he is. There's Thanos. That's another KO. And we don't have to deal with any of those double teams just because we knew that we needed to get that Toxic off on that first turn. That's a good play. All right, so now he's going for the Latios. And I think what I want to do here is just keep going for these Heat Waves because we know that the Heat Wave is going to double 2-turn KO the Silvally. And I think that a knockoff will at least put a quarter or a third of health. So let's see if I have enough defenses to withstand a few hits from this Latios. He goes for a Psych Up. He copied my stats. Oh, that's evil. Oh, man. I was not prepared for that. I was not prepared for that at all. Oh, shoot. Alright, Steam Eruption. And Recover. Wow, yeah, that's going to be a whole new game that I have to deal with now, just because he has a whole bunch of defenses stacked on top of an already powerful Pokemon. Jeez. Alright, so this might be the game where we show him that we have the Transform. So he has Psychic. That's not going to do any damage, dude. What are you thinking? Okay, so, yeah, nothing there. Parting Shot, that's just going to lower my attacks, but we don't care about our attacks on Deoxys at all. So he's going for a Switch Out. And I'm just going to hit whatever comes in with a Steam Eruption and a chance to burn it. So he goes for that Genesect. Man, I'm kind of wishing I had went for that Heat Wave now. That sucks. That sucks a lot. I could have gone for the Heat Wave, and I went for the other direction instead. Alright, well, whatever. Whatever. Alright, so I get the Steam Eruption. This is going to do some still pretty good damage. Wow, that actually almost KO'd him. And he gets the burn! He got the burn. Okay. So, I don't know what he's going to try to go for with this Genesect. But if I can get a Heat Wave off, I at least have the chance of getting rid of either one of these guys. And keep going for this Recover. I don't want to have to deal with something that's going to damage me permanently. Hang in there, hang in there. Alright, he went down. That's fine. Signal Beam. So he does have the Signal Beam. I was worried about the Signal Beam. But that didn't do very much damage, and I went for the Recover, so I'm back up. And that burn is going to do a lot of damage still over on his Genesect. So his Genesect's around for at least another turn. And this might be the time that Magearna comes in and tries to sweep through. Because if I can get the Genesect to go down, but maybe it has the Flamethrower. It might have the Flamethrower. Alright. We're going to take a risky play, and we're going to show him that we have that Transform, I think. No, we can Spore. We can Spore. We're going to go for that Spore, and we're going to try to take a knockoff on Genesect and try to KO it this turn. Yeah, we don't want to deal with Latios, so we're just going to put it to sleep. And then we are going to be locked into Spore, but I'm going to switch out. So he does go for the Withdrawal. And he goes for the Draken, and that's fine because I am going to go for this knockoff, and that'll put me at least within a point where I can start dealing some good damage onto his Draken. Knockoff, I don't know what item he had. And Weakness Policy's gone. Okay, that's what he had. So he's not going to be able to raise his superpower stats anymore off of a super effective hit. And we're going to switch in Magearna and get ready to start wailing on either one of these guys. And go for another Cosmic Power Raise. I'm going to have to bring in that Transform, though. That's a big thing, because if I can transform into his Latios, I gain all the stat raises with it. So it's a lot of defense raises that I've already had to deal with. All right. I'm gonna adjust my legs here. Sorry for the camera movements, guys. How will he counter? How will he counter? I've been preparing, guys. I've been like preparing for this game for like the last 2 weeks. I've been freaking out about it, and I really thought that I was gonna have like no strategy going in, but like I really just sat so much on this Smeargle, and the Smeargle was like the big thing for me. Last second, I decided to put the Choice Scarf on him instead of the Focus Sash. And I think that was a really smart play, because now knowing that he has Stealth Rocks too, I'm really glad that I didn't go that direction. He goes for the Extreme Speed, and that's no damage. That was a good switch, and he's still sleeping. So I'm going to be able to start dealing in those damages. And I might just go ahead and go for the Toxic so that he can't have a permanent full health and get his multi-scale. And we're going to go for... Well, I could go for the Ice Beam, or I could even go for the Volt Switch and put myself in a point where I could get ahead of him. Because he can't use the Dragon-type move, so he wouldn't think to do that, I don't think. We're going to go for a Volt Switch, and we're going to go for a Toxic, and put his Dragonite within killing range, and then we're going to bring in Hydreigon, and we're going to try to go for a Draco Meteor to KO. And I totally forgot about this Earthquake. That might end up killing Magearna. No, it doesn't even come close. Awesome. So I'm gonna be in a good spot here where I can do my switch out, and I should be set. And that Volt Switch still did a pretty good amount of damage, actually. Alright, so we're going for the Hydreigon. And we're going to hope that we can outspeed still in this next turn. And he no longer has access to that Earthquake because I'm levitating. And go for this KO hit. Draco Meteor into the Dragonite. And we're going to go for that Toxic onto his Latios, assuming it wakes up. Yes, it does get to wake up. And now it's going to go for this Dragon Pulse. Am I still in it? No, I am not in it still. Darn. All right. And he goes for another Earthquake. Just how much damage can this do? That is not very much damage at all. Not very much damage at all. And I get this next Toxic off. So, now I am in a pretty good spot. But I can't put him to sleep anymore, but I don't need to. Okay, so we're going into Universe. And we're going to do something. This is where we're going to do what I don't think he's going to even suspect can happen. Go for this transform into our own Deoxys that has all those stats raised. And then go for the recover. I don't think he has any way around these poisons. And I'm gonna get to transform with all of those stats. Survive it. Yes! 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 Alright! And we transform into the Deoxys. So can I survive it? Can I survive this hit? 1 HP! 1 HP! Oh. Unfortunately, I'm at a point now where he is going to get this KO. There was no way that I could do anything really about that. I'm just going to have to keep raising stats with this Cosmic Power. He's going to get that Extreme Speed off, and he's going to kill Universe. No, he withdraws, so he's going to lose all those stat raises. But he can still go for that Extreme Speed. And that'll KO. Unfortunately, he did go for the double up on Smeargle that turn. But I have a lot of stat raises now. And the only thing that is left now is that Magearna is going to come in and basically get KO'd by an Earthquake. There's nothing that I can do about that. Magearna is going to get KO'd. And I'm just going to go for that Volt Switch. Assume that somehow I survive this. And all I can do is just use Toxics and try to just stall. Try to stall out this entire rest of this game. And yeah, that's going to KO Magearna. Can I stall out 4 Pokemon? Is that a possibility? This is not going to be an easy thing to do. This is going to be an extremely hard thing to do, actually. Oh, sorry guys, I bumped my camera there. And we're back in place. Okay. Whew. Gosh. I didn't want to have to, like, come down to this point, but yeah, he's got me in a tough spot. But I have so many stat raises, I might just be able to do it. I have to get this Toxic off. And he goes for that Psych Up again. Yeah, he's going to raise all his defenses back up. If he can get a burn, that is going to help him a lot. So we're hoping that he doesn't get that burn. And finally, we get the Toxic that we need on Silvally. Okay. And yeah, now he's going to be restarting his Poison trend. I really wish that I had maxed out the recovers. I've only got 6 of those, so I need to hold on to those. And we're going to do a knockoff and try to just start whittling down one of them at a time. Goes for this Dragon Pulse. I don't think this is still going to do that much. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of damage he's going to be able to do. So Flamethrower is definitely the more dangerous thing because it can burn us. Go for the knockoff. That is like no damage at all. So it's just going to come down to a battle of whittling him down and trying not to get burned. If he can somehow get a critical hit, though, he'll get through all of my defenses. So I need to go for this recover right now. We don't want to end up in that surprise moment because I am slower than both. So, okay, yeah, hopefully there's no critical hit, no burn, and I get the recover off. So I'm going to be back at full health. And we just keep on going. We need 3 more turns for Latios. And then Latios will be gone. Not easy to do. Am I maxed out on stats? I think I can hit this here and find out. I have 1 more defense that I can raise. So we're going to go for that other Cosmic Power. We're going to raise our stats one last time to wall off as much damage as possible. And there goes this Dragon Pulse. Still hoping that we don't get hit by a critical hit. And still hoping that we don't get burned by this Flamethrower. I know that he wants that just as bad as I don't want it. So that'll be the game deciding factor. If he can get a critical hit or if he can get a burn, that'll help him immensely. All right, so yeah, he's gonna lose his Latios this turn. As long as I survive it. And we're going for that recover one more time. We're gonna stay in this as long as possible. And I think he knows he's in trouble. He has a recover as well. I was not expecting that. Wow. This game just got a whole lot harder. Good news is I have that pressure on him. And that's going to eliminate a lot of the recovers that he gets to use. So now we're just going to hold on to our recover. And we're going to knock off onto Latios. It's not going to do very much damage, but every little bit helps. Okay, so he goes for that recover. We want to hold on to those recovers. We might actually start wasting cosmic powers if needed. And this is his last chance to get this burn. Does he get it? He did get the critical hit. And he got the burn. He got the critical hit and the burn all at one time. Wow. And there was like no damage from that knockoff. That's a useless move. We're not even going to try that anymore. Last turn with that Silvally gets what he needs. That is ridiculous luck. That is ridiculous luck right there. He is, yeah, he definitely has to be feeling happy about that. But that is some bad luck on my end. Genesect should die after one turn of burns. 1 or 2 turns of burns. If he gets another critical hit, this game's over. I have to use another one of my recovers. This sucks. This sucks so bad. A signal beam isn't going to do a whole lot of damage, but he does get the chance of confusing me. And with the luck that he's just had, I can see that happening. And this is just going to be a battle of wills at this point. Yeah, here comes the signal beam. Isn't going to do a lot of damage. And he doesn't get the critical hit, and he doesn't get the confusion. So, yeah, we just need to survive one more turn with Genesect. And then it's over for Genesect. And then we just have to outlast. That is some bad luck. Man, still not over that. All right, so we're going to get this knockoff. Not going to do very much damage into Genesect, but it's going to be enough to make sure that we get this kill. He gets this signal beam one more time. Last chance to get a critical hit and confusion. And neither. He gets neither. So now he's just going to be going Dragon Pulse the entire rest of the time. Dragon Pulse recover. And hoping that he can get through this. And there goes Genesect. One more Pokemon to go, and we will take this battle. One more. That poison is really doing some major damage. He has to go for the recover this turn or he loses. And I will use one of my recovers this turn as well. I will only have 2 after that, and I'll have to hold on to those. But this is his last chance if he doesn't go for... He goes for the Dragon Pulse knowing that it's do or die. He can get a critical hit. If he gets the critical hit and he doesn't get the critical hit, we get the recover. The poison is going to take him out. And I just gotta wait for that. And there it is. There it is. That is season 1. Or that is the season's first round. We win the first game. That is awesome. We just won our first match against the Stockpile Syndrome Josiah and his entire team of legendaries. I am so ecstatic right now. I needed that win so bad. That was a huge confident move on my part. Josiah was one of the ones that trained me in how to play competitive in the first place. So awesome. I'm so glad that I was able to pull that off. That was a lot of weeks of stressful thinking on how I was going to come over all those different high stat Pokemon. The transform didn't work out for us, but it was a cool idea, and I'm really glad that I at least tried it. But the Spore was really helpful. The fake outs, every time I switched that Smeargle in, that really pivoted me into the lead the entire time. All those cosmic powers, that was a nice idea that I was still able to hold on to that. Really good game. I was worried all the way down to the end, just because if he had gotten one critical hit, that's all it would have taken. He would have KO'd me right then and there. Awesome. Awesome. And thank you to anybody that watches. Thank you for anybody that has been watching this whole time. Thanks for all the support, and I hope you guys can come into the next week. We're going to be battling Justin next week, I'm pretty sure. And everybody knows that every time I battle Justin, that's an awesome battle, so please come out and watch that one as well. And thanks again, guys. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it, and we'll see you next time.